What you're looking at is a ghost, once alive but now deceased. Once upon a time, it was a baseball stadium that housed a major league ball club known as the Hoboken Zephyrs. Now it houses nothing but memories, and a wind that stirs in the high grass of what was once an outfield. A wind that sometimes bears a faint ghostly resemblance to the roar of a crowd that once sat here. We're back in time now, when the Hoboken Zephyrs was still a part of the National League. And this mausoleum of memories was an honest-to-Pete stadium. But since this is strictly a story of make-believe, it has to start this way. Once upon a time in Hoboken, New Jersey, it was tryout day. And though he's not yet on the field, you're about to meet a most unusual fella. A left-handed pitcher named Casey.
Hey, Doc, wait a minute. Doc! Hey, Doc, wait a minute. Doc! Hey, Doc! Wait a minute.
Once upon a time, there was a Major League Baseball team called the Hoboken Zephyrs, who during the last year of their existence wound up in last place and shortly thereafter wound up in oblivion. There's a rumor, unsubstantiated, of course, that a manager named McGarry took them to the West Coast and wound up with several pennants and a couple of World's Championships. This team had a pitching staff that made history. Of course, none of them smiled very much, but it happens to be a fact that they pitched like nothing human. And if you're interested as to where these gentlemen came from, you might check under B for Baseball in the Twilight Zone.
Rod Serling, the creator of Twilight Zone, will tell you about next week's story after this word from our alternate sponsor. And now, Mr. Serling.
Next week, we take you back into the dark and hidden, unexplored recesses of a writer's mind and do some probing as to just how this type of bird operates. It's a fascinating excursion into the oddball. On the Twilight Zone next week, Keenan Wynn and Phyllis Kirk star in Richard Matheson's A World of His Own. And on this particular one, even this kooky writer gets into the act. Good night.
Kimberly Clark invites you to watch Steve McQueen in Wanted, Dead or Alive, Saturday nights over most of these same stations.
The home of Mr. Gregory West, one of America's most noted playwrights. The office of Mr. Gregory West. Mr. Gregory West, shy, quiet, and at the moment, very happy. Merry, warm, affectionate.
You really should be working, you know.
You're nagging me.
I'm only thinking of posterity.
Think of me instead.
Don't I always?
Flowing skirt. Her hair is attractively arranged. She is in her husband's study, preparing him a drink.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's romantic story on the Twilight Zone. At the same time, we want you to realize that it was, of course, purely fictional. In real life, such ridiculous nonsense could never...
Rod. You shouldn't. I mean, you shouldn't say such things as nonsense and ridiculous.
Well, that's the way it goes. Leaving Mr. Gregory West, still shy, quiet, very happy, and apparently in complete control of the Twilight Zone.